Most engineers will never reach $200,000 in tech, not because the market collapsed, not because the opportunity disappeared, but because they build careers that never qualify for that category of pay. 200,000 is not a reward for time served. It is a price attached to leverage, and most careers are built around activity, not leverage. Let's start with something uncomfortable. If your daily work can be reassigned without meaningful disruption, you are not on a 200,000 trajectory. If your absence does not create operational risk, financial pressure, or strategic delay, you are replaceable inside the system. And replaceable roles have ceilings. That is not personal, it is economic. Now let's break down the structure. There are 3 invisible ceilings that stop most engineers long before 200,000. The first ceiling is execution dependency. Most engineers remain in execution mode for too long. They implement features, they optimize endpoints, they respond to tickets, they follow architecture decisions, they deliver what is defined. Execution is necessary, but execution does not scale into high-leverage compensation. At some point, salary growth slows, because execution is abundant. Ownership is scarce. The second ceiling is economic distance. If your role is several layers removed from revenue, cost control, infrastructure reliability, AI deployment, or security exposure, your compensation ceiling tightens. You might be technically strong. You might write clean code. You might even be senior. But if your work does not sit close to measurable economic consequence, your price cannot climb into the highest tier. 200,000 is usually paid near money gravity, near uptime, near cost reduction, near risk management, near system architecture. The third ceiling is comfort stability. Many engineers hit 120 to 150,000 and stop optimizing positioning. The salary feels good. The role feels stable. The learning slows. Risk appetite declines. They protect stability instead of pursuing leverage, and stability often caps growth. Now let's talk about competition. You are not competing with your local peers anymore. You are competing with a global pool of engineers who can ship production systems, manage scale, deploy AI in real environments, design resilient architectures, and communicate trade-offs clearly. That pool is strong, and automation increased baseline productivity. Average output is easier to produce now, which means average output is easier to replace. Replacement pressure compresses the middle tier. It does not eliminate high compensation. It makes it more selective. Another hard truth is this. Many professionals chase stacks instead of leverage. They jump from framework to framework. They follow hype cycles. They optimize resumes for keywords. But they do not stay long enough inside a system to own it. Ownership is what shifts you from contributor to economic asset. If you never own a system under real pressure, you never build the judgment required for 200,000 compensation. Judgment is the multiplier, not syntax, not tooling. Judgment about architecture under scale. Judgment about performance versus cost. Judgment about risk exposure. Judgment about trade-offs. Executives care about. Those skills are built through depth and consequence, not through surface exploration. Now let's address something directly. If your plan to reach 200,000 is to simply wait for promotion cycles, you are building hope, not leverage. If your plan is to accumulate years and assume compensation follows automatically, you are building inertia. If your plan is to switch companies repeatedly without increasing responsibility, you are increasing salary incrementally, not categorically. 200,000 is a category shift. It is not a percentage increase. It requires moving from execution to ownership, from participation to accountability, from output to economic impact. Long-term outlook remains strong. Technology demand is not shrinking. AI integration is accelerating. Cloud complexity is growing. Security pressure is rising. Infrastructure cost optimization is becoming critical. But demand expansion does not mean universal access to top compensation. It means specialization. And specialization rewards fewer people at higher levels. So if you want to understand why you might never reach 200,000, ask yourself 3 questions. Does my absence create measurable disruption? Do I operate close to economic consequence? Am I building depth in a domain where replacement is expensive? If the answer to all 3 is no, the ceiling remains. That does not mean the opportunity is gone. It means your positioning is misaligned. $200,000 in tech is not about intelligence alone. It is about being economically difficult to remove. And most careers are not designed around that principle. They are designed around comfort, predictability, and incremental growth, which is why most engineers will never reach that number, not because they are incapable, but because they never shift categories. If you want to reach it, the shift must be deliberate and uncomfortable.